least, for your X30 Junior class presented by Speed Lab Racing Engines. It's a big one. Going back 39th, we got Max Taylor in the 733, and moving up to row number 18. Row number 18. Row number 19 for Hudson Schwartz and Ricky Dominguez. Moving up to P36 and P35, it's Frederick Lemieux and Christian Garduno. Then it's Aiden Ingrata and Major Maikovskis. Then we go to Anthony Martella and Amelia Chandler, and we crack the top 30 with Austin Perrin and Isaac De Silva. Moving forward, Caleb Campbell in the 775. The Prime Power Team driver was upside the top 10, has a long way to go to get back there. Then it's Grayson Greaves, Gavin Witt, Lorenzo Castillo, Jensen Burnett, and Ernesto Rivera, Alex Mercado, Julian DaCosta before we get to the top half of the field. Starting at the edge of the top 20 is Ethan Goulark and G3 Agairos, Leo Escorpioni, Beckham Jasir, Diego Ardiles, Stephen Miller, the top 15, and your leaders coming across are underway as we didn't get to finish the full starting lineup because there's so many, and there's a couple in the barriers here in turn number one. One of them looks to be the 747, and I'm going to guess that looks to be a little bit further down the road. That was Austin Perrin that went around in turn number one. The field is green, though. Brandon Carr leads over Christian Miles in the Lando Norris cart with a nice start. And we've got problems for the leader, Brandon Carr. The right rear bumper already disconnected here on lap number one. And so Brandon Carr has found himself out in front, but the issue from the start and all the shoving, he just took a look back, and I'm sure he's got to be absolutely disheartened because the driver who was up front qualified on the pole and has been so strong all day today now has a mechanical issue. Here comes the train down the inside. They'll freight train him, and he'll stay out there as long as they'll let him, but that's eventually probably going to be a meatball flag. Christian Miles, your new lead, to P4 on the racetrack, nearly P5. Side by side for second. Caleb Gaffera down the inside on Max Garcia. He takes over the spot. Garcia back to third, just ahead of Aiden Ingrata. I thought he would go by. There he goes. Looking late move. Got him, turn two.
Hey, you wonder whether or not, or how much, I think maybe the benefactor is for Caleb Gaffera. Getting that big
start here to this one. I'm sure that's got to give a lot of confidence as well for him to have the drive he did to get back to sixth. As we see the pass for third now. Garcia on Miles. Max Garcia from Coconut Grove, Florida, just about 30 minutes up the road here from Homestead. And there is Sebastian Weldon in a fellow Lando kart to Christian Miles, takes over fourth. New leader, Michael Costello, trying to, help out Team Bennick and do right on Brandon Carr after unfortunately. Here, Max Garcia is closing up. In fact, Gaffera felt Garcia there and just off of feeling the push, tried to defend. Now he's going to lose another spot as very nicely done. Sebastian Weldon carves through, and shades of round one where Weldon kind of followed Garcia. In this case, Garcia got through fully, whereas round number one, Garcia was off the racetrack with Ingrata, and Weldon took advantage. Yeah,
Gaffera's getting swallowed up right now, and it wasn't his fault. I think Costello is just not that fast right now. Costello did a 50.466. Garcia's 4/10 faster than the leaders. And you got to see what happens as they roll here. Does Costello find some speed? No, he's at 50.7 again. Garcia's fast time was super quick. Watch for Garcia to reel in Costello here. That's some big moves further back, and Gaffera gets swallowed up by the...
It's kind of eat or be eaten, and Gaffera was able to get back in front of Kolar, and now you can see on screen here, there's Enzo Vidmontien going by. I think that is, I'm not sure which of the Lando kart that is. That is going to be Cameron Brinkman in the Mike Doty Racing Lando kart.
This is the lead battle. This is going to be a lot of fun because we're literally so early in this race still, Xander, and they're all dialing in. That Garcia's gone to P1.
Costello's credit, while it didn't seem like he was the fastest, he's been able to hang in this pack the entire time. Both of the Lando Norris karts of Weldon and Miles are struggling, and Costello that time was on the defensive from Gaffera, and he still kind of is. Gaffera's finally going to deal with him here in 9. He'll get by.
That was textbook.
Yeah.
In that corner, that's the front, though. Garcia still setting the pace. Costello's most definitely leveraging the opportunity to stay here with Gaffera and fight things off. But there's a pass there, another. That's essentially back-to-back turn 8 passes, or turn 9 passes, rather, for Gaffera. He goes to the lead. A strong move to the inside of Garcia.
Going into the corner because it looked like midway through the cart just stepped out on him, and Gaffera got down the inside, and now he's going to drop to second as Costello gets by. Gaffera gets a nice and healthy gap now of about maybe 4 car lengths.
For Max Garcia as well, and here comes Weldon again. He and Miles going back at it. Weldon now loses the spot. Miles to the inside of turn number 1.
Yeah, a lot of shuffling.
Costello again. He'll look to the inside of turn number 9. Book it. He is through. Move Garcia back to second here.
More per lap for Garcia and Costello to get there, but they've got an outside shot at running down Gaffera. They've got to be perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect, Rob. We're talking 2-3 a lap. Oh,
red flag.
Whoa.
Look at the red flag right now on the racetrack. Red flag on track. We're back live here again from the SuperKarts USA Winter Series here at Homestead. Just a couple of races still to go. X30 Junior, when we last were here, we had an incident involving one of our drivers. That driver we saw sitting up before getting into the EMT trailer. So good to see that. I believe it was Ethan Goulart. So we'll try to get an update on Ethan. But the bottom line is that the SKUSA race officials electing to call that event 18 laps in, 4 laps remaining. It has been deemed finished. So Caleb Gaffera getting the race win there. And we're getting back at it here again. Time to go racing once again. We are working our way through in Xander. It's time to go through the rotation. X30 Junior, Masters Senior. What a great way to cap things off. Cap off round number 4 of the SuperKarts USA Winter Series. We'll look forward to the Pro Tour after this. Let's have a look at the grid. X30 Junior brought to you by Speed Lab Racing Engines.
Starting on the front row, of course, we talked to him earlier today. Brandon Carr has been phenomenal all weekend. He starts to the inside of the 798 Lando Norris kart of Sebastian Weldon.
Yeah, another LN kart there for Christian Miles starting on the inside of row number 2. Outside in the Willpower kart, it'll be Max Garcia.
We'll quickly go through a couple more rows here. Max Garcia, then it's Teddy Musella and Julian DaCosta coming to the green. X30 Junior, we're underway, and look at them. They're 2 and 3 wide back in the field. Looks like this one's actually going to fully make it through the right at the end. We're about to make it. Oh, it's Hudson Schwartz. Oh, that kid cannot catch a break. He went from the lead to wrecked and then now spun in turn number 1 off the start as the field comes into turn number 4. Looks like it'll be mostly clean. Oh, one up and over. Hard up and over for the Motaz Sport driver. Trying to identify who we've got over.
797, I believe, going over there.
Oh, I think Frederick Lemieux. Actually, that's might be one of the Prime Power Team entries. One of the Burrell Art for sure, Frederick Lemieux. And I think he also had a rough pre-final as well. So Lemieux out. Meanwhile, your field headed out of the final corner. Brandon Carr leads the way over Christian Miles.
Hate to see a driver go up and over like that.
Followed by Christian Miles. There into view Teddy Musella and pass for 4th. Sebastian Weldon back on Max Garcia. Miles, Musella, Weldon, Garcia, and here comes Gaffera, and there goes Musella down the inside. And that's going to give a gap there to the leader.
Yeah, coming out of turn number 9, they were side by side. It was Miles on the outside. On the inside was Carr. They made contact. I'll tell you, Miles luckily not to spin out there, and Carr able to hold on. Look at this, Musella completely on the attack mode as soon as they came down into turn number 1. Better run, of course, than Miles straight through. Musella goes into second. But this thing's starting to heat up here. We're still early in the run, Xander. 7 laps in coming around here. 15 laps to go when they get to the stripe.
Yep, and that time Weldon got passed by Max Garcia into 9. Now here comes Gaffera for 4th. He'll go by up ahead of them. Miles back on Musella. Here comes Weldon on Garcia. Garcia getting thrown to the wolves here.
Maybe a little more ginger and trying to get past the guy with the same logos. To the inside of turn number 4. Book it. He's through. It's Gaffera out of P3 as Musella drops back into the 4 spot. Right behind him, the Lando Norris kart of Sebastian Weldon for JC Karting. And it's a bit of a scrap here as they work their way down into turn number 9. No shortage of action here right now, Xander. These guys are, this is pass or be pass. We talked about that in KA 100 Senior. These guys were almost listening to Chase Jones on the PA because they're doing it, right? They're not waiting. They're making the passes. They're going for pick up there for our Kart Chaser cameras. Here comes Garcia into the inside. Turn number 2, book it. That is what Xander called Carr. He's got to get it done right now. Pull the trigger now. Get through. Get it done. Clean and mean through turn number 9. Gaffera's your new leader. Book it into turn number 9. Does he pull away? Because that was the pass he needed to do. You mentioned it. Had they raced a bit, had it been harder, you would have allowed He'll keep it to the inside of the track. Doesn't go all the way outside. Car's right there. Here comes Garcia as well. This will be the fight. White flag flying this time by. 1 to go here in X30 Junior. Gaffera's going to go to the bottom. And it's not quite there yet for Garcia, but he gets a big run. Side by side coming out here. Gaffera's going to go back potentially to third. Carr goes to the lead.
Brandon Carr goes by. Max Garcia goes by. Caleb Gaffera pushing on the bumper. What are they doing for? He kind of knocks him forward, and luckily Brandon Carr saves it. And that could have gotten ugly if Carr got knocked wide. Here's Gaffera, nice crossover on Garcia. He drives him into the water. Gaffera to second. Garcia's about to lose third. Christian Miles is by.
Christian Miles in there to be the disruptor as well. Gaffera back now into the position. He's going to try the over-under. It's Carr back to the lead. Can Gaffera pull the trigger?
Whoa.
Miles off the racetrack further back. It's going to be an over-under here. Gaffera trying the outside. Sticks it to the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 11. Through turn number 12. Gaffera's got the spot. They're side by side coming out. Back to back again for Gaffera. 4 for 4. He wins all 4 races here on Sunday. What